Hello and welcome to Deck Builders Chicago, where we talk all things outdoor living. Today we are tackling one of the biggest questions homeowners ask before they build a new deck. Should you choose wood or composite decking for your backyard? This is a decision that affects cost, maintenance, and how your space looks and feels for years, so it is worth slowing down and getting it right. Let us start with wood decking, because that is what many homeowners are most familiar with. Pressure-treated lumber is usually the entry point, and it gives you a strong structure at a reasonable upfront cost. It can look great when it is new, but in a climate like Chicago, the freeze-thaw cycles, snow, and hot summers can really test that material. If you do not keep up with sealing and staining, boards can cup, crack, or warp, and fasteners can start moving. On the other side, you have composite decking. Composite boards mix wood fibers and plastics into a more stable material that resists rot and insects. Brands like Trex design their boards to hold color longer and reduce the need for regular staining or sealing. Instead of sanding and coating every couple of years, your main jobs are sweeping, rinsing, and spot cleaning. That makes a big difference if you are busy and want your deck to stay usable without weekend maintenance projects. So how do you choose between the two? First, think about how long you plan to stay in your home. If you are planning to move within a few years, you might lean toward a well-built wood deck with proper flashing and drainage, because your main goal could be improving the space now and helping resale. If you expect to be in your home 10 years or longer, composite often starts to make sense when you factor in the cost and time of ongoing maintenance. Next, look at how you plan to use your outdoor space. If you are building a large deck off the back of the house with room for an outdoor kitchen or a space that connects to a patio or pergola, you may want a surface that holds up well under furniture, grills, and heavier traffic. Composite decking typically resists splinters and rot better than basic wood, which matters if you like to walk barefoot or have kids running around. For smaller landings, stairs, or secondary areas, wood can still be a smart option when properly built and protected. You should also consider temperature and shade. In full sun, some darker composite boards can get warmer underfoot than lighter wood tones. That does not mean you should avoid composite, but it does mean color selection and layout matter. If your deck is partly shaded by a pergola or a nearby sunroom or covered porch, that can also change how each material behaves, especially when snow and water melt patterns are involved. Under the surface, your framing may need to change based on the material you select. Composite decking usually requires joists at specific spacing to control bounce and keep the surface feeling solid. A professional deck builder will check the manufacturer installation instructions and local codes so the structure matches the board requirements. That is one reason it is important to work with a contractor who understands both wood and composite systems, not just one or the other. You can reach our team at 312-262-7709 or visit toughdeckbuilderschicago.com to learn more about our deck construction services and how we design framing for both wood and composite projects. A quick conversation can save you from choosing a material that does not match your maintenance goals or your long-term plans for the property. We help homeowners think through not just the surface boards, but also railings, stairs, and how the deck ties into the rest of the yard. If you are planning a bigger backyard renovation with a combination of decks, patios, and maybe even an outdoor kitchen, try to decide on your decking material early. That choice will influence railing style, color schemes, and even how we design transitions between levels. Composite and wood can both work well when they are used in the right context and installed correctly, but they solve slightly different problems. As you weigh your options, focus on 4 points: budget today, maintenance over time, how you use the space, and how long you plan to stay. When you balance those factors, the right material often becomes clear. Thanks for listening to Deck Builders Chicago. If you are ready to plan your next deck or outdoor living project, we would be glad to walk you through options that match your home and your goals.